Well, welcome back to another episode. We are here at Edith Falls walking trails. And which walk are we going to do, Josh?
We're going to do the loop walk, which is 2.6 k's, so we're here. Going to walk all the way up and around, and there's a lookout, and then I'm guessing this path back across, and then all the way down, and then across a little footbridge at the end, and then we'll get a view, hopefully, of the bit of falls, and yeah, then we'll come back, and maybe if we're still filling up to it, we'll get changed and we'll go for a bit of a swim, mate.
Yeah.
That's the plan, anyway.
Sounds good.
But it looks like we've got a few steps and stuff to get up first before we get the easy bit on the way down. So let's make a start, eh?
Let's go.
Anyway.
Get you out of my mind. It's like I feel it for the first time.
Well, we have made it to the top of this loop walk lookout area, which is just past the one of the big falls that we would have just shown you in the video, and it's a nice view out down to a middle pool, and you can see a few waterfalls just down here. So there's the middle pool, and then right in that tree line is another waterfall which goes down to a bottom pool, and that bottom pool is where you can swim, which is pretty close to the car park. So it's a nice view from up here, and yeah, we'll enjoy this and then we'll keep going, eh?
Yeah. You can swim at the upper pools, which is kind of halfway in the loop if you do the loop walk, but we are just going to swim down the end.
Sweet. Alright, waterfall time.
For this all my life, you're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair with those eyes so bright, they look into my soul and it sparks my life. Can I take you there? Like it was the first time, do you remember?
We have made it to the end. This lovely bridge just here. There we go. Time for a swim.
Back to when we felt like this was forever. Can I take you there? Like it was the first time, do you remember? Can I take you there? You're all I need. Can I take you there? Can I take you there?
Well, that was Edith Falls. It was very nice. The water was cold, but because it was so hot outside, when you got out of the water, you didn't even feel cold or anything. Like it's quite nice. But anyways, we need to find somewhere to camp tonight. We have no idea where we're staying. We basically just going to go up the highway and duck in and out of free camps and see what looks good. And if we like it, we'll stay. If not, we'll just keep going up the road. Yeah, no real plans.
It's one of the nice things about trying to not plan too far ahead. That's what we're trying to do this trip as much as possible. We only have, one or two big ticket items sort of scheduled, but otherwise it's very much just see how we go. So yeah.
The most we'll book things in advance is maybe 2 weeks. If that.
And that's only the big ticket things.
Yeah. If we're going to be in a town and it's quite busy, or I don't know, we might look at some stuff for school holidays, but that's it.
So mate, we've got to find a camp. What is on the radar first, Jackie?
Well, according to Wikicamps, there is one called Ferguson River Bush Camp, which is 17 kilometres northwest from us right now.
Yeah.
So we'll duck in there. If that's no good, there's one about a kilometre further up the road, clearing behind cutting. So we'll see which one. There was 2 on the way, like kind of right at the road into Edith Falls, but both were pretty full, so we're probably going to just drive past them unless they've cleared out a bit. We'll probably just drive past and keep going.
Alright, so we are here at the Pine Creek Museum and Railway Museum. We just pulled over because we saw these really cool looking locomotives. I'm not sure if you can see them super well, but we'll show you them shortly. We're here because we pulled over and saw them, and Jackie's dad loves a good locomotive, so we've just met Joan and Doug, who are looking after it at the moment, and they're going to show us through.
So we just finished at the Railway Museum. That was actually a really cool, unexpected little treat for the day.
Yeah. Doug and Joan are great. They've been up here for quite a number of years, and they sort of do 6-month stints at a time by the sounds of it. They love it here in Pine Creek, and they just open the museum, and it's $5 a person, sort of just a donation for the trust to help keep things going.
It's really cool.
But yeah, I mean, some of the history here with the railway being open through the war years and running trains up and down non-stop, 20 trains a day pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, that old locomotive in there.
That was cool to walk through.
Made in the 1800s and then refurbed in 1902 or 1906.
Yeah.
Yeah, real special piece of history here. So anyway, if you're coming past this way, definitely stop into Pine Creek and come have a look. It's real easy to find. It's the only museum in town, so and it's part of this real big grass parkland area, so you can't miss it. You'll see the trains from the main road that runs through town. So yeah, definitely come and check it out. It's worth a good hour look. So
yeah, for sure.
Anyway, we're going to continue in our search for
camp for the night,
and then we'll continue on. So
yeah.
Anyway, that's it, mate. Let's keep going. All right, well, we ended up making it to a free camp. This one is called just Bush Camp on Wiki Camps. It's about probably 10 k's north of Pine Creek, and it's massive. And there's no one here, so we've got our own little fire pit, which is kind of cool. We might have our first fire for the trip. I know, quite a while in, and maybe our first fire tonight. But yeah, massive area, huge. And this area, there's about 7 of these, and there's no one in any of them, so it's great. It's about probably 500 or 600 meters off the highway. To the point we've driven in. It's just a bit of a hard track just to find, but if you're heading northbound, it's about 200 meters after you begin a like double overtake part of the highway. So yeah, anyway. What do you reckon, Jackie?
Great. Got the place to ourselves.
Yeah, we drove into a few different campsites and free camps, and they're either very busy or very overgrown, and yeah, just wasn't screaming us. So anyway, this is much more like me anyway.
We need the solar too, so.
Yeah, and I mean it's quite cloudy this afternoon.
But if it's not cloudy tomorrow, we should get good solar.
Yeah. So we are still running one battery in the Land Cruiser and one battery in the caravan, waiting to hear back still at this point from iTech World in regards to whether they're going to replace the battery or not. We sent it off at Kununurra and we're still waiting to hear. So yeah, anyway, here's what it is. But we'll hear soon enough. But yeah, so solar is our friend at the moment. So hopefully tomorrow the clouds are gone and the sun comes out. Anyway, we're just going to have a chill afternoon now, and yeah, we'll let you know if anyone else rolls in or if anything changes, but either tonight or tomorrow maybe we'll contemplate having a fire. We
do have a fire pit right here.
Yeah, just got to find some wood, but it shouldn't be too hard. I've seen a few half burnt logs around, so I just might have to drag some of them over and we'll burn the rest of them maybe. Yeah. Alright, well we just got a little bit of wood from literally just over this dirt mound. It's been a fire that's come through here recently, and plenty of nice dry wood around, which is good. I'm just going to cut it up. We before we come on this trip, grabbed one of these little Milwaukee 12 volt pruning saws, which came in like a blower as well. It's part of the M12 range, so a lot of people go around with massive big chainsaws, but we're not big fire people ordinarily, or probably more to the fact that wherever we are seems to always be fire banned. So instead of having a big saw, which we're never really going to do for Jackie and myself, mate, it's not even been opened. Yeah, we picked up one of these. This is the M12 range, so it's way smaller, but even for cutting stuff like this, like that blade will go through it, I reckon. But we'll give it a go. So just gonna cut up some wood and we'll have a fire, mate. Should be good. Got it with a couple of these 6 amp hour batteries, and yeah, they're supposed to go, I believe. So yeah, should be good. Good. All right, well, that was pretty quick. Got a big pile of wood here, ready for the fire. And if you want to check the battery on these things, you just hold the trigger and it shows up. So 3 out of 4 bars, mate. These batteries last forever. So good. And yeah, I'll clean up the saw now, blow it out, look after it. But yeah, we're gonna have a pretty good fire tonight, I reckon. Should be good. Loving it, mate. Definitely, if you're looking for a saw, look at the M12 range from Milwaukee, rather than carrying one of these, you know, big 700, 800 mil long chainsaws, unless you're chopping trees down. Mate, that little thing right there is a absolute weapon for the fireplace. Alright, we'll make this fire.
You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence, and the dark's all that I see. When your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound, I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. Be my night sky. You'll always be my.
Well, we had a nice few nights at that free camp with fire each night and catching up on a little bit of editing for the channel. And now we are here at Litchfield National Park.
Exciting.
Very exciting. So we're probably going to make our way around to drop off the van at the campground, and then yeah, we'll check out some things from here. There's a couple of k's up, there's a little information board, so we might have a bit of a read of the information board, and then we'll get started in Litchfield. But this is something that we've really wanted to do. Hey Jackie.
Yeah, definitely on the top list of things in the NT that we wanted to check out. So
Here's hoping it lives up to expectation, but anyway, we're here at Litchfield, so let's get cracking. How are the facilities?
alright.
Alright,
Flushing toilets, so you can't complain too much.
that's good.
And there's showers in there too. So.
So we're just here at the Wangi Falls campground. Got some really nice facilities here, and we're just on our way down to have a look at the falls. So I believe there's a little cafe potentially here as well. So could be the campground with everything, even your morning coffee if you're into that sort of thing.
And funnily enough, this was the only one we could book with a week's notice. So
Yeah,
if this is the best one, then I think we snagged it pretty good.
that's good. But anyway, we're going to walk down now to the Wangi Falls, which are only 300 metres, so let's do it.
Go!
Desde que te vi, yo me enloquecí. Buscaba aún así y por fin te conseguí. Desde que te vi, yo me enloquecí. Buscaba aún así y por fin te conseguí. Y ahora en mi corazón tú estás y ya no quiero a nadie más. Y como quiero pasarla.
Enjoying your pool
It's more like a bar.
right in here at the swimming hole.
Desde que te vi, buscaba aún así. Desde que te vi, buscaba aún así.
It's a new day and we are up at the crack of dawn. It's 5 to 7, but the sun doesn't get up till 7 over here, so it's still in the first light moments. And we are heading into Florence Falls. And it's the first thing on our list that we wanted to do, so we're going to check that out this morning.
Yeah, it's also the farthest thing from our campsite, so We've driven pretty much almost back to the entrance of Litchfield National Park, and we're now working back towards the campsite, or that's our plan anyway. So we'll just see what we see along the way.
What are we doing, Josh?
Well, we're just assessing the walks here at Florence Falls. So we're currently in the day use area, car park, and there's a little lookout literally right here, which I think is just down this path. So we might go and have a look at that, and then we might do this little loop-de-walk. And I don't know, hopefully this is to the base of the falls, and then we can come back up and back to the car park, and then there is this walk trail all the way along to Bluey Rockhole, but you can also just drive out the road and then these two connect and you can drive in. So I suppose once we've done this we'll see how we're feeling, but I reckon that it's only, this little loop's about 2k's and should only take you about 40 minutes. So yeah, I'm sure we'll be really we'll smash that out fine. But yeah, it looks like a cool area. So photos look nice. There's Bluey Rockhole. That'd be fun. Cool. But yeah, lots of swimming here in Litchfield, by the looks of it, and the walks are a lot shorter and much more easier than the Gibb River Road. So it's good. We're gonna do this in thongs as well, because it seems that easy. So I'm sure we can walk for 40 minutes in thongs over 2k's. So yeah, all right, I'll have a look at this lookout, and then we'll go and do this loop walk, which is called the Shady Creek Walk.
I know that you're afraid, it feels like every day things are slipping away, you're slipping away, and you think back to a time that you were lost. Thoughts disorganized, can't seem to dry your eyes, and chaos is collapsing from your mind. And you say that you're fine, but now you're out of time, out of time, you're out of time, you're out of time, and now you're out of time. And now you're out of time. Never measure up, you'll never be enough. People say tough love, you should just suck it up. And you think back to a time that you were lost. Thoughts disorganized, can't seem to dry your eyes, and chaos is collapsing from your mind. And you say that you're fine, but now you're out of time.
So we're here at Bluey Rockhole. Basically what it is there's a heap of little rock pools that you can swim in, like just here. And then you can keep going up and there's more and more. And it's pretty much, yeah, just pick a pool and swim in it. And there's all steps all up the sides. Plenty of steps just here and over there. And you just jump in a pool, basically, and go for a swim.
Alright, so I told Jackie to pick a rock hole to go in, and what have you chosen?
This one.
In the sun, bit of depth, bit of sand, bit of a waterfall, just on top of these other ones. Tell you what, she doesn't choose bad, but how can you hear? It's all beautiful.
Now you're out of time.
Well, this is bluey rock holes, mate. Pretty good. But it's a little bit chilly to get in first thing in the morning. That's alright. I think once we're finished here, we're going to be heading to have a look at something pretty interesting. Some magnetic termite mounds. So there's plenty of termite mounds around here, but magnetic ones, I guess we'll have to find out about them. But yeah, it's a pretty nice way to start a morning. Litchfield's definitely growing on me as a favourite national park. Alright, we'll see you at the magnetic termite mounds.
So we've just driven back up the road towards Bachelor from Florence Falls, and 6 k's back up the road there's what's called the magnetic termite mounds. So we're just going to have a quick look at those before we head on to the next falls.
So we're here at the magnetic termite mound lookout. You can see across the grassy area there's loads of these termite mounds, but they're all real fat one way and they're all real skinny the other, and every single termite mound is facing the same way. And that's because the fat sides faced east and west, and then the skinny sides is north south. So in the morning as the sun comes up, it helps warm the nest, and then when it gets really hot, you know, it's often there'd be times where it'd be 30 plus, 40 plus during the day, as that sun's right over the top, it's not baking the side of the nest, so it helps keep it cooler. And then as that sun sets, it continues to warm the nest to help keep a regulated temperature, which is pretty cool. And they build them as high as about 18 feet apparently. So what's that, mate? 3 times my height if I was 6 foot. Which I'm not. So
Probably close to 6 meters.
Yeah, they're pretty tall structures. So, and then obviously they live in these because all this land here becomes real sodden and wet and mushy during the wet season, so they'll all drown if they burrowed in. So they build above ground so they're safe from the wet, and then the direction of their mound regulates the temperature during the day, mate. What do you reckon?
Pretty cool.
You haven't seen anything like this before, have you?
No. It looks kind of like a cemetery, to be honest, if you look at it real close. Just because there's just, it almost looks like stone and heaps of them just all kind of in like a...
In big lines.
Big lines and in the shape. Just like really tall though. Taller than like a cemetery gravestone.
Very cool.
Interesting.
Alright, so we're here at Tolmer Creek. There's no swimming here at Tolmer Creek, but we are thinking that today we're going to come from the car park and come up and have a look at a viewing deck, and then continue on to the lookout. There is this big circular walk, which is mostly through the bush, which does follow the creek for a bit. But seeing as there's no swimming here and we like swimming, we might just do this bit, which is the highlights of this place, and then we'll maybe look at trying to go somewhere where we can swim. But yeah, so to the viewing deck, and then onwards further to the lookout. Looks like probably going to be a cool cliff area based off these nice drawings. So
I hope it's not too burnt out.
yeah, and hopefully it's not too burnt out. There's literally still stuff smouldering all the way along here. So been a big bushfire come through, mate. Anyway, I'm sure the falls will still have water running in them and they'll still look nice. Okay, let's go. So my best advice probably for Litchfield National Park would be get out nice and early. So if the sun's coming up at 6:30, be up and out at 6:30 and come and do a walk or do 2 walks, and have a swim if those walks have got a swimming hole up them. And then depending on where you're camping, most of the campgrounds have a swimming hole, like where we are at the Edith Falls. It's a great swimming hole there. So by about 11:30 you should be done a couple of walks and seeing a few things, and then you can spend the afternoon at the swimming hole, because it's beautiful now to walk. It's really quite cool, but definitely that by midday and into the afternoon it's too hot to walk, but it's quite nice just to sit in a nice cold swimming hole. So if you're planning on coming to Litchfield, maybe take that into consideration. We have booked 3 nights here. So, and that seems to be pretty good. The only thing we're going to miss out on is some of the full drive tracks, which is a bit disappointing, but if you want to do those as well, maybe book yourself a 4th night or a 5th night here. But yeah, we just don't have the time, unfortunately. Even though we've got 8 months on the road, we are still limited for time. So we're getting a good taste of Litchfield, and I think we'll definitely be back, hey Jackie?
Yeah, for sure. I quite like Litchfield. It's very different to anything in WA. The walks are a lot easier, but it's really beautiful, and the waterfalls are really, really nice, such as this one just here.
Tolmer Falls, mate. Okay, you can't see that really on the GoPro, so I'll show you with the digital camera zoomed in a bit. But it is quite nice, really tall.
Yeah, it is.
Tall and skinny, mate. How I dreamed I'd be one day, but never happened for me.
Babe, tonight my heart is on fire, and I can't help thinking of you. Babe, tonight my suit is getting higher, and I can't help wanting you. My desire keeps growing up, and it's getting out of control. Babe, I can't tell you the truth about what I want you. My heart is burning, my darling, and I can't rest till I got you. My body's burning, my darling, please let me free.
Alright, so we're here at Green Ant Creek, and I don't know how you pronounce that. How would you say that, Jackie, you reckon?
My best guess would be J-Tabor. Something to that effect. I assume the T is silent. So
J-Tabor could be a good one. But yeah, so this walk here is a walk that follows from the car park, makes its way up, but loosely follows the Green Ant Creek all the way up to the Tabor Falls. So this walk, it says, is 2.7k return, grade 3 moderate with some steeper sections near the falls, probably this bit here. So that's easy enough. 2.7k return, mate. It's nothing, eh?
no, it's especially grade 3.
Yeah. So we will make a start on this, but it looks like a fair bit of it's in the tree line, which is nice before you come up onto the ridge. So pretty keen.
Yeah.
Alright, let's
There's
do
no swimming at this one either.
No, there is.
No swimming.
In the Green Ant Creek. No swimming down the bottom because it's an Aboriginal sacred area,
Yep.
but you can swim up in the pools at the top of the falls.
Yep.
So that's fine. We're heading up there. So if we're hot and bothered, we can go for a swim. Alright, let's go, eh? A nice green lush side, and a burnt, still smouldering other side.
I can see your eyes, babe. Tonight I just want your love above the stars. I only see you. My desire keeps growing up and it's getting out of control. Babe, I can't tell you the truth about
Alright, so the reason why this is called Green Ant Creek, before we're making our way up to the falls, is because there's loads of green ants everywhere, and these green ants make these leaf nests. So yeah, green ants make their nest in the leaves of trees, and they've got green butts on them, so they're called green ants. Quite cool. First time we saw these was out in the Whitsundays. We just don't get them in the southern parts of Australia. So they're kind of cool. I think they're cool. Better than your standard like little black ant that seems to get into all your food and your pantry and stuff at home all the time. So, and dig up all your paving, mate, if you know what that is, if you're housebred. Flipping hate, mate, putting that sand back in. So, but yeah, they're cool. Make their nests in the trees rather than underground. Very interesting.
babe. Tonight I just want your love above the stars. I only see you. My desire keeps growing up and it's getting out of control. Babe, I can't tell you the truth about
We made it to the top. So we were just out over there at the lookout. Just there. This is the waterfall just here. And then there's one pool, two pools you can swim in. And it's very muggy. As you can see, it's overcast today, so it's quite warm. So we're definitely going to go for a swim and cool off. So upon further assessment, we've decided it's a little bit too mossy to swim, and we're going to swim at our next stop, which is Cascades. Hopefully that's nice there. So this is beautiful to look at and really, really nice. It's just very mossy. I don't know if you can see it all in here. It's just very green. You can't really see what you're standing on, and what you are standing on is very slippery. So we're gonna keep going. Josh is into the cookies, and yeah, we'll show you Cascades when we get there.
So we're just on our way to the Cascades, and I just sort of pull over. There's these termite mounds everywhere through the NT. So this is pretty much as tall as me, and it's really, really wide, right? So almost my arm's length, and there's just heaps of termite mounds, like they're everywhere behind us. And then even sometimes you get, mate, some of these. Look at this one. I thought that was big. Look at this. Like, it's massive. Like, if you look how high it is, that's about as high as I can jump to, you know, and like, it's huge. Jackie will walk around it and show you like how wide this, how big this thing is. Unbelievable, mate. Well, when we're at the magnetic termite mounds, I was reading a sign close to one of these, and I thought I saw the title said Cathedral Termite Mound. So I wonder if it was just that particular termite mound, or if it's all of these ones like this, because it's definitely like a cathedral. Pretty huge, mate. I don't even know how big that would be. Maybe 9 or 10 meters high. It's a decent effort by ants, that's all I can say. Anyway. Alright, we've shown you that. Let's go to the Cascades.
Well, we made it to Cascades. This is the walk here. We're just here. And it's quite a large loop up to the upper Cascades. The lower Cascades actual swimming section is closed at the moment. But basically it's a 3.3 kilometre loop in the dry season, so it'll take 2 hours, and it's grade 4. We didn't realise it was grade 4, and we didn't bring any other shoes. We literally only had thongs. And as we've done a couple walks already this morning, we're pretty tired, so we're probably just gonna go.
Yeah, so we'll probably wrap it up here. That's alright, it's always good to leave a few things for next time.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got a few full drive tracks and things to return to, so there's no reason we can't come and do this the next time we're at Litchfield. So that will conclude the episode. We're going to head back probably to the Wanky Falls and have another swim now. And yeah, we'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully this one has been jam-packed full of information and you've found it enjoyable to watch. We've really enjoyed Litchfield National Park, haven't we, Jackie?
Yeah, it's been really nice. Really, really good.
It's a different change to the Gib. So the walks are much more green, a lot more water, and generally they're a lot easier as well. So hence why us doing a few of the walks this morning in Florence. So anyway, we'll see you in the next one. But until then, please like and subscribe. And that's it, mate. See ya. Bye-bye.